What is up, Crumple Babies? We're back with another episode of Crumplebottom University. Last time, Zara hosted a fancy birthday party at Calico Country Club. Blair almost ruined the whole vibe by skinny dipping. Classic Blair. Zara was not happy. But luckily, they patched things up just in time to celebrate Thanksgiving. This episode, it's winter in Tartosa, and the crew will be celebrating Cleo's birthday. So let's go see what those crazy Sims get up to. But before we get to the main event, let's catch up with the rest of the neighborhood. Remington joined a local dad meetup at the Tartosa Community Center. And I don't know why, but Tosha, Paris, and Mona, they grew up a few days early. Toddlers did not flex on Darby and his infant skills too hard though, so don't worry. And it was so much fun watching Remington be such a great dad to Darby. So nice and wholesome. He's just come a long way from being another bro in a fraternity and popping his plum bob at the club. Oh, and it's also a neighborhood brawl day, which is why everyone is throwing hands. Good thing Cleo's here. She's almost a doctor, so she can render aid to anyone who... Oh no, Cleo! Anyway, let's move on to the main event. It was yet another busy morning at the Yang house. Remington was working on his logic skills by spying on the neighbors. Cleo and Darby were having tummy time. Later, to mark the final day of fall, the family planned a trip to the pumpkin patch. But first, Cleo had to take a nap because she was coming down with something. The weather was getting cold, but Cleo was burning up. Hopefully, they could still do all of the fun fall activities they planned. And after going to the pumpkin patch, Remington was going to reunite with his old soccer teammates, Spencer and Penny, to watch their alma mater play a match. All right, let's get going to the pumpkin patch. Cleo dressed Darby up in this cute little pumpkin outfit so she could take some photos. She was still feeling ill and being in the snow wasn't helping. But Remington was having a blast carving pumpkins and avoiding all of his parental obligations. And then, jump scare, Zara's mom popped up out of nowhere and started criticizing Remington's pumpkin carving skills. Anyway, after ignoring Miss Wren's pumpkin shaming and admiring Remington's beautiful carving job, and making some small talk with this scarecrow, the family went inside to get some hot chocolate.
Plato, flip fruit. T-bone, veneer.
Then, when they got home, Remington was just grilling these potatoes. I didn't want him to do this. I think they need to make the grills less autonomous. Shout out in the comments if you know of any non-autonomous grill mods out there. I'm sure something like that exists. And look, after that, he didn't even eat the potatoes. This man is driving me crazy. Anyway, a little later, Cleo's dad arrived at their home. He was going to babysit little Darby while Cleo and Remington went out to watch the soccer match. Darby and his grandpa were like best friends, and Cleo and Remington were more than happy to leave little Darby in such good hands. At the sports bar, Cleo and Remington were just hanging out with the bros. This bro was sad for some reason, but the crew rallied and got fired up to watch the big game. Then, during halftime, they played a rousing game of Don't Wake the Llama. And Remington just watched from the sidelines. I don't know why. Maybe that game is like too high stakes for him. I know he gets nervous. Then they played an unexpectedly cutthroat game of darts upstairs. And after destroying their friends at darts, I hope they're still friends. And they had such a great time, but they called it a night and they went home to check on Darby. Finally, it was winter in Tartosa. That means it's almost the end of the year. And that means we're this much closer to Remington and Cleo trying for another baby. That's right, Darby's gonna have a new brother or sister in an episode coming soon. Anyway, Cleo started her day with a nice and healthy breakfast before work. Cleo wanted to be on top of her game today and get a promotion. She's at level 7 right now, only one small step away from becoming an actual doctor. Just like she did in The Sims 1, it's all coming full circle. Okay, let's get to work and get that promotion. In order to get her promotion, Cleo needs to treat 3 patients. She needs to treat them successfully. We don't want any more lawsuits on our hands. Please don't sue us, Kristoff. Look at him, he's running to a law firm right now. While working, Cleo ran into local celebrity and hospital orderly, Kimmy Connors. If you remember a few episodes ago, Kimmy won the lottery and now she is filthy rich. This sick child can wait. Cleo wants to see if she can squeeze a few bucks out of Kimmy. All right, get back to work, Cleo. Cleo nailed her first diagnosis of the day, so only 2 more to go. She powered through some busy work. And what do you know? Her mentor, Dr. Snyder, happened to be right there. What a wild coincidence. She chose the computer right next to him. And after Dr. Snyder made a quick phone call to HR, Cleo decided to flee the scene and grab some lunch. Nicki Minaj was working in the cafeteria today.
Ariana, what are you doing here?
So Cleo grabbed a slice of pizza and enjoyed her break. Refueled and ready to go, Cleo upgraded the X-ray machine to scan patients faster. Then she diagnosed and treated yet another patient. So that's 2 down and 1 to go. Cleo's promotion is well within reach. And at the end of the day, she earned some cold hard simoleons. After work, the whole crew headed over to the in-laws for a nice family dinner. Cleo's parents had a whole wall adorned with pictures of Darby because, let's be real, who can resist that adorable little face? And they even turned Cleo's childhood room into Darby's room. Oh yeah, check out this before and after. Ooh. Speaking of Darby, the cutest baby in the world, he reached a new milestone. And his grandma was ready with a camera to take pictures of the big moment. After fawning over their little baby prodigy, they sat down for a lovely family dinner, sharing stories about Cleo's childhood. and after hanging out for a little bit, they headed home. Lucky for Cleo, she had the day off tomorrow. She was planning on working on her skills while Darby went to daycare. The whole Yang family was up early and getting ready, doing their usual morning routine. Cleo squeezed in a quick workout while a crazy storm raged outside. Meanwhile, Remington played with Darby, who was actually very chill and not scared about thunder. Remington, on the other hand, well, I think he was trying to put on a brave face for Darby. Cleo made some breakfast and the whole family bonded while watching TV. Eventually, it was time for Remington to head into work. At daycare, the gang was already there and waiting for Darby to start the fun. Miss Serena definitely had her hands full with these little rugrats. But luckily, Darby's best friend Cooper was there to give him a free therapy session and help him work out his emotions. Thanks, Coop. After some fun, and a few more mood swings, Cleo swooped back in and took Darby home. That evening, Cleo had big plans, a girls' night out with Blair and Zara. While Cleo got ready, Remington was practicing yoga to raise his wellness skills for his dental career. I still don't really understand the correlation between wellness skills and his dental career. Maybe he needs to really reach into his patients' mouths. I don't know. Anyway, Cleo and her girlies were headed to the Blockbuster Bistro, a brand new dine-in movie theater in Windenburg. Cleo was so excited to catch up with her best friends. They haven't seen each other in a little while. They all got inside and ordered food while waiting for the movie to start. By the way, Zara still does not tolerate movie talkers. And shout out to these eco-friendly queens for not using straws. After the movie was over, they hung out and dissected the plot. You know, I would love to see Zara's Letterboxd account, but they had to call it a night because Cleo had work the next morning. Cleo was getting back to work and she was gonna lock in and clinch that promotion. All she had to do was cure one more patient and then she would be a real doctor. And her first patient was none other than Peppino. Actually haven't seen him in a while. Not since he was out on that date at that soup restaurant, Just Soup.
Is that Peppino on a date? Who's this woman with Peppino? Anna Brimley. Kind of interested to see how this date goes. Oh, Peppino just abandoned his date for another woman.
By the way, that lady he was with, she was married. I checked. Peppino is a homewrecker. Anyway, it was time to save Peppino's life. Cleo was going to give him an x-ray in the newly updated machine. And after running a few more tests and making a couple of assessments, Cleo successfully diagnosed Peppino, and he only had 10 days to live. I'm just kidding, he'll be fine. And with that, Cleo completed her promotion tasks. All she had to do today was keep up her performance, and she was good for that promotion. She had some time to kill, waiting for the sample analysis machines to free up, so she played some video games in the doctor's lounge. And after wrapping up a few more tasks, Cleo got a promotion! She's a doctor! Woo! I wish Nicki Minaj was here. I thought I was proud of Cleo. Her loving husband Remington was over the moon. To celebrate her amazing achievement, Remington made a special dinner. Oh, and if I didn't mention it, tomorrow's Cleo's birthday, so Remington was going to pull out all the stops and throw her a surprise party. And that included secretly making her a birthday cake. That night, they went through their usual evening routine. Eventually, everyone went to bed. They were all fast asleep. Just kidding, Remington is wide awake and ready to sneak downstairs and bake a birthday cake. Remington paused briefly to fantasize about his Husband of the Year acceptance speech. Then he got back to work making that cake. He finished his beautiful chocolate cake, and he resisted the urge to take a slice. Then he just snuck back into bed with Cleo. He didn't suspect a thing. Ha ha. That morning, Cleo headed to work. Remington went down to the park to set up party decorations. When she got home from work that night, there would be an amazing surprise waiting for her. Let's fast forward to after work. Remington finished setting up the party before Cleo got home. Then he changed into his little party outfit and he started grilling. Guests were already arriving and getting ready for the big surprise. They were supposed to get into position, but everyone got distracted during the gosh darn cowpoke dance and they kind of missed the big moment, but that's okay. Cleo was so grateful that Remington corralled all of her friends and threw a big party just for her. And he even got her a birthday present. Wow, what a great birthday for Cleo. Could her life get any better? Wow. Thank you, Crumple Baby, so much for joining me. This was such a blast. Next time, we'll be celebrating Hanukkah and Christmas with Zara, Sloan, and Ren. And there is a fun little surprise at the end of that episode. Yeah, I can't say what it is, but I'm very excited. All right, bye. Love ya.